Gardens Magic 2025.
Two fabulous shows for you tonight. We have opening at 7 p.m. We have Andy Gartrell, the one-man band. And then at 8 o'clock.
Left me hoping for another kiss, another touch, another time that was, another song, another miss, an everlasting love, another hit, another drink. Need you, I need you. I need you. Thank you very much.
Faith in you, I'll stick with you, 'cause that's the bottom line. Yeah, we have a lot of fun, don't we? And living all the way to my head. We'll make it, I swear. All the way, living all the way. Let me lay you to me. Coming out of the cage and I'm doing just fine. Got it right up and down because I want it all. Started out with a kiss, how did it end up like this? It was only a kiss. To the street, turning punching lullaby, choking on your alibi, but it's just a price I pay. Shut up and dance.
Would you mind, just before we go, would you mind being in a little group photo with us?
I don't know how to say it, anything.
First time at the beach this summer, Lyal Bay, and it's so pretty. I love Lyal Bay. Hey guys, it's January 23rd, 2025. Can't believe that time's flying by. I'm just gonna check. Yeah, I'm right. Anyway, I just sold my desk chair for $60 and I wanted to talk about it because I still have this kitchen chair. Well, I keep saying kitchen chair, it's dining chair. I don't know why I'm calling it a kitchen chair, but yeah, I had a desk chair that I assembled myself. I still remember the day that I bought it. I went for like a mid-range chair, it was $100, and I sold it for $60. So I think that's a really good sale. And now I'm just gonna use this one for the time being. I also sold a curling iron. I don't curl my hair anymore. So it was sitting unused for months, like actually probably a year I didn't use it. So I sold it for $25, and I sold that one on Trade Me, so I had to ship it to her in Christchurch, but she paid the shipping, so I got full profit, which was great. I also sold some skincare that I didn't want anymore. It was from Korea, so I sold a refill pack that I hadn't opened yet, and I sold it for $15. And then I have another person coming potentially in an hour to pick up a toolkit. So I had bought a 17-piece screwdriver kit and a little toolbox from Daiso. And I just sold it. Well, I'm gonna sell it hopefully in the next hour for $12. Yeah, I just feel so good downsizing, and I'm going around listing so many things around my house. I'm just trying to downsize as much as possible because I'm preparing to move back to Canada. I finally feel like I'm in a position to share the news. I'm moving back home. It just feels like it's the right time. There's so many other things that have led to this decision, but mainly it's just been the job market crisis in New Zealand has just been terrible. So many people have had such a struggle to find work, myself included, which has just meant that it's no longer financially viable to live here anymore. I've had such luck with jobs over the past 5 years. I don't want this past year to overshadow all the amazing success I've had professionally, but yeah, the last year I have not been able to get work. That has continued on into the new year, which has then driven me to think I can't stay here anymore. I can't keep paying rent, which is very high, and not have any income coming in at all. And I keep getting job rejections. I just got one yesterday, and it's just been too much and too frequent. And so that led ultimately to my decision to leave New Zealand because I literally can't afford to live my life here anymore. Also, just in general, I miss the companionship of being around my mother, and it's been 5 years of missing that in my life. And as I get older, I realize that being around people that love and support you is one of the ways that you can find and curate joy in your life, and that is part of my overall happiness. And if I don't have that in my life, I'm not at my happiest that I know I can be. So I'm moving back to where mom is living, but I know that that's not going to be where I'm going to live forever. I definitely don't enjoy some aspects of living inland in Canada. There are benefits, but mostly I like to be by the ocean, so I know that I'll eventually move again. Now, at first, it took many, many months to come to the place where I'm at now, where I've just accepted it and I'm happy with it, and I am so affirmed in my decision to do it. But in the beginning, I really went through a period of like 6 months of grieving. So when you do make a choice to move across the world, you sort of have a vision of how you hope your time there will go. And I have to say, my vision that I thought I would have, it didn't work out for me. And I had to grieve that future that I thought I would have and that I was trying to achieve, but I didn't get. So that process of letting that go and grieving it, grieving the life I wanted but didn't get, it was a whole process, up and down. And it was something that I had to allow myself to do, because it sounds silly. Like, how could you grieve something that never existed? Well, it's just the ideal, the dream. It's a goal that you wish you could have achieved, but you ultimately didn't. And then the other part of that grieving process, it will lead down to acceptance that even though you didn't get this life that you initially thought you wanted, the life that you got was the one that was intended for you to have. So whether you believe in religion or you just believe in everything happens for a reason, but ultimately the logic is the same, the sentiment's the same. Whatever ended up happening, the way that it happened was what it was supposed to be. So after I hit that acceptance stage, I was able to quite easily move on. And I just moved into like, okay, let's lean into the next chapter. We're moving back to Canada. We're going to probably go back to school and change what I'm doing for work. I've always wanted to change my career. After a certain amount of time, I feel like most people should probably change their careers. I think it's really good for us to continuously learn new skills. And if you've gotten really good at something, why not challenge yourself and try to do something else? So I'm going to try to find what that thing is. I know that I want to change careers and that I am willing to put in the work to start again. I just need to figure out what that is. So I'm in the process right now of self-discovering where I want my next career move to go. And then of course that will take training to get up to a point where I could get work. Now that I'm in the acceptance phase, everything is just falling into place and I feel so good about it that I just feel excitement again for this new chapter of my life. And like I said in my 2024 wrap-up video, I didn't know what was in store for me in 2025, and that was true. I had an idea that I was going to move back to Canada. I just didn't know when. Because of this Invisalign journey, which I'm still on, there was a huge question mark of when I'd be able to actually move, because when was my treatment actually going to finish? Well, I didn't know that, and yesterday I went to the orthodontist, and now I have more information on it, and I was able to give more of a timeline to work towards, and now I know that I'm moving in May. I didn't know that before, but now I do, and so it feels more real and it feels official. The next step is just booking a flight, so I have a specific date, and then I have to tell my landlords, I have to prepare the house to get ready to leave. Thankfully, mostly this place I'm living in was furnished, but as I've said, kind of throughout a couple updates lately, I've been selling things on Facebook Marketplace and getting some money back, so I'm getting rid of it, and I've been selling so many things. I've made over $700 in sales back. Obviously, can't be traveling around with a pantry or a desk chair when I move back. I'm just bringing 3 suitcases home with me, 3 checked bags, and whatever fits in those bags I'm bringing back home with me, and whatever doesn't I have to leave behind, sell, or donate. So that's the big news. So circling back to Invisalign, I had my orthodontist appointment yesterday. It's been 7 months now with treatment. My teeth are looking incredible. Honestly, I'm so happy with them. This is tray 8 of refinement trays, and they're looking great. And we're just focusing on a couple teeth in the bottom row to get them nice and straight, and we're doing some IPR on the front teeth to squish in the teeth so there's no more black gaps in between the teeth. Oh, if you've had braces or Invisalign, you know that that end date can quickly turn into like a never-ending cycle of like, oh, just a little more, just a little more. By the 8th refinement tray, I'm halfway through refinements. I'm happy with the shape and look of them, and I would be happy to finish off in the next 2 months. So that's the plan. That's the update. That's a lot of things to throw at you, so I'm going to end it off there. My last couple months of New Zealand in summer and autumn, and then I'll be moving to Canada in May. So exciting, because May is one of my favorite months in Canada. It's spring, it's beautiful, we're going into summer, so I actually get to skip winter in 2025, which is awesome. Okay, well, thanks for listening. I'll see you in the next update. Hey guys, it's the next day, so the 24th of January, and yesterday I was talking about how I listed a bunch of screwdrivers and a little cute toolbox, all for $12 on Facebook Marketplace. And then I had a sale arranged yesterday, and it was so strange. It was one of the weirdest things that happened to me in a marketplace sale, because I had a guy say he was going to come pick it up, and then he gets here and I say, okay, come inside the building and we'll complete the sale, because that's for my own safety as a solo woman making sales to strangers. And so I asked him, please come in, and he wouldn't come in. He kept saying, I'm out back. And I was like, come inside to complete the sale. He was like, oh, there's no parking. And I'm like, just come inside to complete the sale, please. And then he was like, no, I'm in the white car out back. And so finally I said, I'm leaving because you're wasting my time and you can't follow instructions. And I just left the chat and I didn't sell to him. So I was a little bit annoyed, because that's like never happened to me before. Why would he refuse to come inside the building? No one has ever refused that before. And it was just a little bit shady. Like, why did you want me to go outside to your car where there's no cameras and nobody else around? That's just no. So I immediately refused, and I was like, nope, not selling to you. Then a couple hours later, another man reached out to me and he was like, oh, okay, I want to buy your tools. Can I pick it up tomorrow? So I was like, sure. We picked a time, and he messages me that he's here. He's in a silver van. And I was like, oh, please come inside to complete the sale. He was like, sure, no problem. There you go. He comes into the front door, he's waiting out front, and I'm like, hi, and I present the little toolbox, and he goes, here, take $20. You know, it's a really good deal, the full set of tools, even the little box. I had a spare $20 bill, and I just want you to keep the change. And he was smiling, and he was this older man, and he was just very kind, and I had to capture it. I had to vlog about it, because that is so kind. In what world do you make a sale on Marketplace? They give you $8 more than what you listed the item for. That is unheard of. And so I was like, thank you so much. Thank you. Are you sure? Yeah, I'm sure. At this point, I'm just like in shock, right? I'm like, oh my gosh, I got this $20 bill, and I'm like, thank you. I'm so shocked. I just got tipped pretty much. And you guys, the $20 is more than I spent full price to buy these tools. So I guess people really value tools in New Zealand and they think that they're super expensive, but little do they know, I'm very savvy and I buy things on sale. I look around and price check everywhere, make sure I'm getting the best deal. So total, I paid $18.50 and I resold them for $20. Not on purpose, but just that's what the universe gave back to me. So I just had to say that. Sometimes you get really bad experiences on Marketplace, and I can do a whole video about all the bad experiences, but then you get people like that who are communicative, they show up when they say they will, and they even give you $8 more than you were selling it for. So oh my gosh, I'm just so happy about that. So today is a big sell day. So this was the second sale of the day. I actually started my day today at 9 a.m. A lady came round and she bought 2 of my old succulents. I had cleaned off a bit of the dead leaves that had grown underneath and I sold them for $2 each. So I got $4 from the 2 succulent plants. I feel so bad because those succulents have been with me since my 29th birthday. If you've been watching my vlogs for a while, you may remember I turned 29 on the 29th of November a couple years ago, and my mother sent me a bouquet of flowers, and in the bouquet were little tiny baby succulent plants just as decoration. Well, I kept them, rooted them, planted them. I've had them ever since and they've been growing and whatever, but I'm like, I'm moving, I can't keep them obviously, so I've started to sell my greenery and a couple other things. And so I sold 2 of those big succulents. I sold this tool set and I got $20, so I'm at $24 total for the day. In another hour, I've got, hopefully, I don't know, they may not show up, so I don't want to count my eggs before they hatch, but a girl is supposed to come around to pick up a handmade rug that I had bought in Fiji. Well, actually, Masha bought it. I'm selling that one for $8. And then I have another lady hopefully coming to get a used backpack purse kind of bag, and that's for $20. So if I make all my sales today, I'm making so much money, and that's so cool. I'm just so pleased, and I had to share that little story of kindness, and I feel inspired now to do something kind for someone else too, because that is so sweet. Anyway, that's the update. I'm gonna wait to make my other sales hopefully, and then I'm gonna go to the gym, and that's gonna be my day today. It's just been a whole Marketplace sales day. Just call me. I'm a part-time sales lady on Facebook Marketplace. Okay, I'll see you in the next update. Bye.